Hello, Tazai. I'm gonna be responding to people's videos on the Foxi Boxi drama because I think that the way people are talking about it and some of the claims are a bit silly and are dumb. Though I do think Foxi Boxi has done bad things, and I'm gonna acknowledge that, and I'm gonna acknowledge like what they've done wrong and blah blah blah. But really, people are out here spreading false accusations of grooming and calling them a fucking pedophile when it's very obviously not true by the definition of grooming and by the definition of pedophile. It's so annoying, but I'll get more into that when we talk about the videos. I'm going to be talking about 3 videos in all, but since the first video is quite long, and the second video is like 7 minutes, which isn't that long, but it'll, I'll talk about it a lot and stuff, so it's gonna drag it on and stuff. Just, that's why my videos are so long. I'm probably going to make 2 videos about this, not 1, so I don't have to cover all 3 videos in this video. So I'll probably talk about 1 or 2 in this video, and then I'll talk about the third in another video. It depends on how much I have to say. So, without further ado, let's get on to it.
I'm sure you've heard of the name Foxi Boxi before, especially if you are in the animation meme community. Foxi Boxi's audience mainly consisted of kids and preteens. Her, his, their, or whatever the heck their pronouns are, focuses on making animation memes, like I said. They're usually colorful and have furry characters, which usually, attract young kids because kids like animals. It's common sense.
So, this may seem like a very reasonable observation, but his reasoning for explaining this is going to make you want to facepalm.
Like a year ago, Foxi Boxi's animations were a lot like kid-friendly, and the characters were like colorful and didn't have eye-bleeding color like they do nowadays.
Oh no, how dare somebody's taste in color change throughout the years?
Which I don't get. It's a massive degradation of like art.
Their art being bad in your opinion literally does not matter, and I don't know why you're talking about this when you're literally about to talk about zoophilia, pedophilia, and incest. This is not important to bring up in any way, shape, or form.
Because the colors on the new characters aren't really that great, but that really is beside the point of this video.
Yeah, it is besides the point of this video.
I'm here to talk about the Foxi Boxi's drama, which is like very trendy right now. I've actually been on the subject for a few months now. My friend, which I will not be naming in this video, got me and told me about what Foxi Boxi did back in the day.
Ah yes, back in the day. We're just gonna ignore the fact that people grow and change, or that somebody doing something shitty in the past does not mean that they still agree with that or do shitty things now. But that doesn't matter because I need to get my views, ooh.
And when I found out, I was quite shocked to see that my idol, Foxi Boxi, act like that.
Oh yeah, I used to idolize this person, but I hate the new coloring style. It's so bad, and I'm gonna rant about that while I'm talking about incest, pedophilia, and zoophilia. Okay.
It wasn't that great, and I was disappointed, and I really wanted to get Foxi Boxi cancelled.
Pro commentator tip: if you want your commentary to be taken seriously, don't fucking say that you want to cancel them. That is the stupidest shit I've ever seen. Cancel culture is the most immature thing on the fucking internet, no matter who you're canceling. Stop.
They were now, because that behavior wasn't okay. And what was that behavior, you ask? Well, that's what I'm going to talk about in this video.
Also, this is a bit off topic, but this is probably my first ever documentary type video. I wanted to get into this kind of video because I personally enjoyed to watch them and I find them very entertaining. So I want to become that kind of YouTuber myself. But that's not the point, like I said.
Now, I don't have any dates that when these things happened, but I know that they happened.
You need dates for when you're calling somebody a groomer. You need dates. You need dates, and you need their ages. And it is very hard for you to know their ages if you don't know the dates. You need to know the dates of when these things happened. Or at least a general, at least a year. At least the year. of when something happened. You need to know that so you can know the people's ages, especially when we're talking about grooming, because you could think that somebody had sex with somebody who's a minor when they were 20, but actually they had sex with a minor when they were 16, 15. You literally do not know when these things happened unless you have dates and unless you have ages. You cannot be spreading grooming allegations as if they're true with no dates provided. That is not fucking okay in any way, shape, or form, because and it seems very obviously that you are accusing an innocent party of being a groomer with not even any dates. But I don't even need the dates to show that this isn't grooming. And I'll show you, and I'll talk about it more in a sec.
And I have seen proof of them.
Yeah, that evidence is basically just two minors being sexual with each other, and then one of the minors wanting to villainize the other minor for clout. These people clearly learned nothing from the Spockter drama.
And also, many people have talked about this and shown their proof. So I believe that I can talk about this because you can just look up the proof.
Again, the proof being two minors being sexual with each other, and then one of the minors saying, "Oh yeah, they groomed me."
Foxi Boxi was accused of scamming people for their art when they commissioned someone. For an example, there were times on Twitter when people were saying that, "Oh, Foxi Boxi scammed me," no, something like that. And I'm pretty sure Foxi Boxi just ignored it. I'm not sure. I really didn't do much on this subject because I'm more focused on the more hurtful things that Foxi did. But still, scamming people of their money isn't that great of an accusation, don't you think? I mean, it's their money, and yeah.
So what you're saying is Foxi Boxi scammed people because people on Twitter said that Foxi Boxi scammed them. Okay then.
And then I'm pretty sure Foxi Boxi would say that, "Oh, I'm gonna pay you soon," but then proceed to say that for a few months and eventually just stop.
Which you are showing absolutely no proof of.
No, that's not how you do commissions, my guy. And then there's the more how do I say this, more dramatic things that happened.
Oh my gosh, so dramatic. Two minors being sexual with each other. Oh my gosh. Grooming.
For an example, the grooming. I'm pretty sure there was this person called Lucky or something like that. I don't remember how to spell their name and don't really have the photo with me right now so that I can check. But from what I've seen, they were groomed and Foxi Boxi sent pornography that person.
If these images were sent without consent, and this person, as you'll see from other screenshots, have taken screenshots of their messages, and are taking screenshots of their messages here, why can't they get screenshots of them being sent the images unprompted? They should be sending what happened before and after the images were sent as well, to see, first of all, how, what they were talking about before, and then second of all, what their response was after. Those need to be taken into consideration, but this quote-unquote victim only shows the images and nothing else. That is not proof to show that these were sent unprompted. There was no proof that these weren't sent unprompted, or that these were sent unprompted.
After they were role-playing. And I'm pretty sure in that roleplay, Foxi Boxi before it asked if they can include NSFW in it, which is kinda not okay when you ask me.
Oh yeah, that's really funny because, the victim in question literally stated they were okay and consented to the roleplay. What the fuck? Fun fact, for a 16-year-old to be considered a pedophile, they have to be attracted to somebody 5 years or more younger than them. And if the minor was 14 and they were 16, that is a 2-year age gap. Calm your fucking tits.
Because why would you ask that? You just got to know the person and you just go, "Can I go sequel, please? I wanna go sequel, I'm horny as fuck."
Hey, wanna hear a fun fact? Something that so many people have been overlooking in this situation. So it's been stated in multiple videos and by the minor that they just met and then they started talking sexually. That is not grooming. Grooming involves the older party being completely innocent for a while, gaining their trust, and then slowly building up to getting out of their comfort zone and doing sexual or talking about sexual things with them. This is not grooming. Nobody in this situation knows what a groomer is.
And then the bitch just said, don't tell anyone about this because I know it's wrong and I don't want to get cancelled, okay? Like, bro, you're eventually going to get cancelled, you know that?
Does nobody in this situation realize that this was probably a joke? There was a fucking emoticon there. If somebody says something serious and then ends it with an emoticon, even my autistic ass would be able to tell it's a joke. What?
Oh, did I mention that the person who was groomed is literally 13 or 14 when this happened? Yeah, how nice.
A 3-year age gap between two minors is not grooming. Sure, can a 16-year-old groom a 13-year-old? Yeah, they can, but there has so far been literally no signs of grooming at all. It started off sexual, which is literally not how groomers groom people. That is not groomer behavior. That is immature child being sexual behavior.
Good to know. And then Foxi Boxi asked for nude photos of the person.
So yeah, minors should not be asking each other to send nudes, because sending a nude of yourself if you're a minor is technically child pornography. Yeah, that's bad. Does that make the older minor a groomer? No, that just makes them immature and stupid about when it comes to the law. Like, what? Like, oh my gosh, a minor asked for nudes of another minor. Yeah, sure, it's not smart, but it's not groomer behavior.
What is wrong with you, bro?
Woo, on to the actual things that I think that this person should be criticized for.
Foxi Boxi was said to have a interesting relationship with their 14-year-old cousin, and people were saying that Foxy drew NSFW of that person's OC, which is not that good, don't you think? It's honestly disgusting to see how Foxi Boxi acted, and people weren't doing anything about it and just let Foxi Boxi get away with it. Like, why would you do that? Why would you still support that pedophile?
A delicious slander sandwich with a side of cancel culture fries. My favorite.
Why would you do that? But honestly, I'm just glad that Foxy deleted their channel, because, you know, someone like that shouldn't have a platform with over 100,000 subscribers. Why would that even happen? I mean, some predators did have 1 million or something, but that's beside the point. Also, there was that one time when Foxi Boxi made an NSFW account when they were 15, and then when someone confronted him about it, Foxy said that every 15-year-old knows what sex is, so it's fine. Like, no, that isn't fine. Why would you think that? They're still minors. They aren't 18. Like, an NSFW account is supposed to be 18 plus, not 15 plus.
Should a 15-year-old be making an 18 plus account? No, not at all. Does that mean that they should be canceled? No.
It's honestly weird. Like, what the hell, bro? This part is more of me, like, reacting to the events of Foxi Boxi, so yeah, let's just get into this. Yeah, when you're more stable, you'll never be sit stably for a zoophile and pedophile.
Yay, slander sandwich with a side of disregarding mental illness fries.
Bro, if you knew that you took too much work, then just don't take that much work anymore. You don't have to be like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I was so stressed in a work guilt trips. Like, shut up, oh my god.
Yeah, if you have too much work, just stop working. It's not like you need money to live or anything. You are an entitled fucking child. Oh my god.
Have you ever actually told anyone who the groomers were? Like, I haven't seen you tell anyone.
You didn't talk about your grooming before, which means you're lying. What? What? Like, what? You didn't name your groomers. What the fuck? Do you want them to give their fucking names so people can go harass anyone they think is their groomers? There are so many reasons why somebody wouldn't name their fucking groomers. What is wrong with you? Seriously, what is wrong with you? You need to stop. Get the fuck off of the internet for like 5 seconds and, like, go touch grass, please? What are you talking about, my dude?
And oh my god, I was groomed, okay, so this is fine now, okay, I was groomed. Like, shut up, just because you were groomed doesn't mean that this is the right thing, and you should be able to victimize yourself without getting any backlash for it.
When the hell was it stated that they think that they're completely in the right because they were groomed? They're giving a reasoning for their actions. They're saying, I'm not a disgusting, gross person. I was just groomed into thinking that these disgusting things were okay, and I've changed. I'm not an evil person. I'm not a malicious person. That is what they're trying to say. They're not trying to say that what they did was right. What is going on in your brain? Oh my god.
It's actually stupid how stupid you are. Wow, that sounded so stupid as well. I'm not really familiar with this, but I feel like if someone is saying that, you shouldn't try to make an excuse for it.
So, you think that just because somebody says something means it's true, and that the person defending themselves shouldn't defend themselves? That makes sense. This is why people with this mentality should not be doing commentary. This especially applies when it comes to personal relationship issues that you know literally nothing about and have seen nothing about, and you're literally just saying, oh, well, you probably shouldn't be defending yourself because you have a bias against them.
You should try to check what you're doing and see if it's any obsessive or rude or weird, you know?
Assuming they haven't already done that?
That's the biggest piece of bullshit I've heard today. Like, you drew Bad Dragon merch. You probably knew what that company was, and you still bought a fucking non-human dildo, which is still zoophilia.
You kind of need to specify what you mean by non-human dildo. I know what you mean, but that's just because I've done extra research. For people who haven't, they could, for all they know, you're talking about a tentacle dildo, which isn't zoophilic at all, and you're just being an idiot. I'm just saying, it's probably best to specify what kind of dildo this is, which, if you guys don't know, it's a dildo that's supposed to look like a dog's genitals.
Are you stupid? What the heck is wrong with you? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Seriously, why? How the fuck are you a victim? Literally, nothing you've done makes you seem like the victim here.
Yeah, you have no fucking reason to believe that Foxy wasn't groomed, so literally shut the fuck up. Also, I do want to make note that this was, oh my god, Foxy, please, your wording was absolute dog shit. Oh my god, Foxy, no. Foxy, no. The reason why this wording is so terrible is that it seems like Foxy is admitting to grooming when I don't see it that way. Could that be it? Yeah, but I don't think when it's this easy to disprove grooming allegations of this nature, I disproved it super easily. When it's so easy to disprove these allegations, it doesn't seem like Foxy would just admit to it. Usually groomers would admit to grooming when they have literally no other option, and even then they still stand their ground. Groomers don't admit they're grooming when the evidence shown is so bad, even if they were grooming and the screenshots were just really unfortunately cropped and just not enough evidence was shown. That would be something that Foxy would be able to use for their debunk the things, whether they did groom or not. Nobody who is a groomer is going to admit they're grooming with this little evidence being shown. That is not something I don't think any groomer would do. Nobody is that dumb, especially a groomer. Somebody who is, manipulation is a big part of what they do. I don't think that this was them admitting to grooming. I think that this was them trying to say, I was sexual with somebody younger than me. I was immature. I was being an immature, horny child, and I'm learning and growing and changing and blah, blah, blah. That's what I think happened. The wording was absolute dog shit, and I think that should definitely be reworded in a future video, or in a future post or whatever. But I do not think that this was them admitting to grooming. I don't think it is. It could be, but I doubt it. I honestly do doubt it.
Are you stupid? Like, what the hell, bro? Why do I feel like some of that money went into that stupid dildo of yours?
If this was a joke, I'm sorry, kid, but you're not good at making jokes.
Nice guilt tripping, bro. Also love how you used an animation meme to apologize.
Now, despite what a lot of people say, I don't think that this was guilt tripping. I also find it really funny how, you in the beginning of the section said it was a vent, and now you're saying it's an apology, which is kind of stupid. Now, I think that this was an event disguised as an apology. I think that they tried to apologize but weren't in the right mental space and made a very dramatic and very, it almost seemed guilt trippy because it was a vent. A lot of vents can seem guilt trippy. A lot of them do. A lot of them are the creator's raw emotions. It's what they're really feeling, and sometimes those feelings are things that people don't find socially acceptable, like guilt tripping. Does that work well with an apology? No. Do I think this video should have been made and posted? No. Sure, it is good that it gives us a little bit of insight on their beliefs on the situation and how they're growing and changing, but this was not the way to do it. No. I think that this video should be, the whole channel was deleted, but I think that they should make some kind of Twitter post, Instagram post, maybe not Instagram, but Twitter post, a Google Doc, something where they can apologize and do a true a true apology, a very calm, collected apology that isn't them venting their frustrations. This was obviously them trying to vent their frustrations and it coming out in the way of an apology. And I think that this video should not have been made public. I think that it was a terrible choice, especially with the horrible choices of wording in some of this, and I don't think it's guilt tripping. I think that sometimes, like I said, these are raw emotions, and raw emotions can seem not socially acceptable sometimes, like guilt tripping, even if it's not. That's just how our brains work. That's just how humans work. If we give out our raw emotions, especially when it's the raw emotions of somebody who seems to be mentally ill, those emotions might be upsetting. They might be things that people will see as selfish or, guilt trippy. And that's why I kind of think that this isn't guilt tripping. This is just them expressing an apology in a very, very, very bad way. So I think that they were definitely wrong for posting this publicly, but this apology isn't as bad as people are saying it is. It's not great. I think that there should be a new apology that is more well thought out. But I don't think that this apology is so terrible and means they're a worse person and blah blah blah. I think that some of the shit in the apology is actually pretty good, and I want to actually go through each slide of the end of the apology that he conveniently skipped, despite there being a lot of good points in there. So let's do that. I'm a disgusting person who has done disgusting things. All I want to do is change from my past and not do these things again. I'm really fucking trying. I'm not excusing any of my behavior. All I'm asking for is space to grow. Please just treat me like a human. I guess sorry I can't fix this. It's very obvious that Foxi Boxi is asking for space to grow. They even said it. Foxi Boxi should not be canceled. Nobody should be canceled. Cancel culture literally does nothing. It has been shown time and time again that cancel culture only makes people hide their actions, not change them. it never makes people change their actions. And I know firsthand, people shat on me for having OCs that were bad in their opinion, even though they gave it's a long story. But people accused me of having offensive OCs. I looked at them, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I just kept doing what I was doing. Nothing changed, and even through the harassment, nothing changed. I didn't change anything. Yes, I changed the way I drew POC characters by giving them lips and shit, but I didn't do that because of harassment. I did that because of people being like, hey, you should do this. I ignored all the I didn't ignore it, but I ignored what people were saying in the harassment. People were trying to make a point, but I just fucking ignored it because there was literally no way I was going to bend to these weirdos' will. But when people politely said, hey, you should do this, I did, because I'm a reasonable fucking person. And I'm bringing up my own situation because it applies to a lot of fucking people. It applies to a lot of people who have been affected by cancel culture. A lot of people. And I know firsthand what it feels like to be canceled. It is not fun, and it does not help anyone. It ruins your mental health. And do you think that people are more willing to change when their mental health is worse? No. You have to hold them accountable while also giving them space to change. That's it.
Nice. So, what I'm assuming what Foxi was trying to do with this video was to guilt trip everyone into thinking that Foxi is a good person.
No, this seems more like a vent that they shouldn't have posted publicly, and you even call it a vent at the beginning of the video. I don't think this was guilt tripping, and if it was, it seems to be unintentional.
And not cancer demon like they are. And it really didn't work. Or at least for me. I mean, some people did go and switch up real fast or just continue to defend her. And, you really should have done that to the people who did it. Because, the signs were clear. If someone is apologizing for things like that, it should be clear that that person is not that good of a person.
That does not make any fucking sense. If this person is apologizing, that means they're not a good person. What? God, cancel culture really has, infected these children's brains. Bruh, people talk about the gay agenda? No, we need to talk about the cancel culture agenda. Brainwashing our children. God, what even is this? What even is this video? What even is this? I don't know what to say. If you're apologizing, you're a bad person. God, I love this. Oh my god, this is so bad. I love it.
Especially with that obsessive partner thing.
So out of all the claims, the stalking partner thing is the worst. Not the grooming, but the stalking partner thing. Okay.
That's not a normal thing to be accused of.
Bro, the animation meme community is full of a bunch of mentally ill children. I'm pretty sure it is kind of a normal thing to be accused of. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying that it is kind of a thing a lot of people get accused of in the community.
And the Bad Dragon thing as well. It should be obvious that the reason Foxi drew Bad Dragon merch in a character was because of the fact that Foxi supports zoophilia and that company's zoophilic intentions.
Okay, so this is one of the things that I think is more understandable. Was it worded good? No. This guy worded it terribly, but, I gave Foxi the benefit of the doubt for having bad wording, so I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, too. So, do I think that, Foxi is a zoophile? Maybe. It depends. First of all, I want to know when this Bad Dragon merch character was, made. Apparently they don't have the character anymore. But when was this character made? Second of all, when was the dildo bought? That's kind of important. When was that dildo bought? When? Because here's the thing. Do I think that Foxi was a zoophile at one point? Yes, I do think at one point. But I don't know if that point is now or a long time ago. People can get therapy and can change and can get over their paraphilias. It is very obvious. It's very obvious that Foxi does not support zoophilia. Foxi has said that many times. And I think that's right. I think that they don't support zoophilia, but you can still not support zoophilia while being zoophile. Because, fun fact, being zoophile is not something you can control. That isn't something you can just, like, say, oh yeah, I want to fuck animals one day. And being a zoophile is something that it might take a long time to realize. Maybe Foxi doesn't realize that some of the shit they've done is zoophilic. Like, how, they bought a toy that was a dog's genitals. That is zoophilic. And I think that they don't realize that that's zoophilic. Because that's not harming a real animal. Because it's not. But it's still zoophilic. That is still zoophilic. And I think that they need to kind of have a wake-up call to get help for their paraphilia. And then, that's all great. But they're not going to do that if people harass them and call them a disgusting, horrible person. So I think, again, hold them accountable while also giving them space to grow and change, and give them a direction on which they can do that, like getting therapy, or just being able to talk to people,
It's super pretty obvious, to be honest. Speaking of zoophilia, this next part includes a bunch of it that I did do a bunch of research on with my friends.
Oh yes, you did a bunch of research. You guys are about to see what he says about the zoophilia part. Because, I think calling Foxi a zoophile is valid, but some of the reasons he gives are so funny. They're so bad. It's laughable, I promise you.
And mutuals. And I think I'm good at explaining it, or at least okay, even if my English isn't that good. But yeah, there's that. And if you don't like zoophilia that much, you should probably just go. This whole end sequence is just that. And then there's the outro. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, I need to stop rambling. And now we're getting to the more known things about Foxi. The zoophilia. Yes, you heard that right. Foxi Boxi might be a zoophile, and it is pretty clear that they are. I mean, they ordered from Bad Dragon and drew their character with a Bad Dragon merchandise shirt on, and the dildo they ordered was custom made, so you can't argue that it was human. It was literally an animal dick. Like, you can't say that it wasn't. It's a custom order. I mean, I know that I'm repeating myself here, but Oh yeah, and did I mention that Foxi Boxi drew zoophilic art of their OC? Yeah, there was on Twitter a drawing of the main OC with a unmentionable of that resembled an animal's, and even Foxi Boxi said that it looked like too much of an animal's dick, so we'd have to know what an animal dick looks like.
Dogs don't wear clothes. Their genitals are literally just there. Like, they're just there. Why is it so bad to know what a dog's genitals looks like? Anybody who has a dog knows what a dog's genitals looks like. Like, are you kidding me? Like, do you think dogs wear pants? No, dogs don't wear underwear. Dogs don't wear pants. Like, they're animals. You're going to see animal genitals at least once in your life if you have a pet. That's not something that's weird to know what it looks like. Like, what?
If you drew it like that, so it's not a very smart move of you there, huh? You ever think that you were a bit smarter because you were able to hide your zoophilic fantasies for this long, for like over a year now? I'm pretty sure this was a while ago, but that one time when Foxi Boxi drew a cat, a persona, for someone else's cat.
Okay, so his reasonings, this kid's reasonings for why the drawing he's about to show is zoophilic is so, it's amazing. It's literally perfect. It's perfect in like a bad way. Like, it's perfectly laughable, but it's like terrible. I love it. You guys will see.
Sounds pretty normal, right? You just want to make a character for your friend's cat. Pretty cute. But then you look at the actual piece. It's a cat with boobs.
Let's see. Zoophilic. 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 I'm gonna ignore that. What? Zoophilic. Wait, zoophilic. Zoophilic. What is that? Why is the tail look like that? Okay, I'm done. I've made my point. I'm done. By the way, what you just saw was a joke. I know the point is that, like, they drew a real cat with boobs. Boobs aren't inherently sexual. They're literally meant for feeding children. And while, yes, the character having boobs and also having, like, the stomach nipples is a bit weird because, like, you can't really have both. That's not really, you gotta have one or the other to feed your children. I don't think you would have both. But whatever, this is an anthropomorphic animal, literally who cares about logic. Boobs aren't inherently sexual. And these boobs don't even look like they're being sexualized. Like, why are you so upset over some boobies? Calm down. There are so many furry characters that are drawn with boobs, like I showed. And it's not that big of a deal. Boobs aren't inherently sexual. This, like, God.
Massive pregnant stomach and those stupid nipples on the stomach.
Is being fat a sexual trait now? What? Also, it's weirder that you're sexualizing the character's cat nipples than them drawing the cat nipples on the character.
With, blushing. They were both blushing.
Is blush sexual now? What?
It's Glendale Dingle here.
People were saying that, we're just the skin showing. It's not blush. It's the fur. There's not as much fur there. But the boobs. Cats don't have boobs.
But this is a furry. This is an anthropomorphic animal. An animal which has both human and animal traits. Meaning that giving a anthropomorphic cat boobs is not that big of a deal. Nor is it a new concept. What's really funny is that I thought that this was the cat's genitals, like this little like gray part, and I was genuinely like, yeah, this drawing isn't that good. I mean, drawing a real cat into a furry with genitals is weird, until I realized it was literally just a part of the tail. So there's literally nothing wrong with this drawing. There is quite literally fucking nothing wrong with this drawing. I'm just saying that I thought that there was something weird about this drawing, but there's literally not. Any iffiness I had with the drawing before is now fucking gone. There is nothing wrong with this drawing. Nothing sexual about this drawing.
And, it's weird. And then people were saying it's just anatomy or something dumb like that.
How dare furry have boob?
It's weird. I don't understand why people were defending Foxy so much on that situation.
Because you're sexualizing a fucking anthropomorphic cat. There is nothing inherently sexual about this drawing. You are making it sexual with any little way you can by saying, oh, there's a blush on the drawing. Oh, there's boobs on the drawing. Oh, there's nipples on the drawing. There's literally nothing fucking sexual about this drawing. Nothing. What? How the fuck is this zoophilic? What are you talking about? And apparently you think that making a character fat is sexualizing them? What the fuck are you talking about?
It's literally just weird. It's someone's cat that you made look pregnant.
Are you? Okay, so you're sexualizing fat people. You're sexualizing very obviously not supposed to be sexual breasts. you're sexualizing a cat's nipples, and now you're sexualizing being pregnant. What? And you're telling me that Foxy is in the wrong here? What the fuck? This is horrible. Oh my god, I'm crying.
And then they said that the stupid tummy nipples were actually just a stylistic choice.
Yes, putting cat nipples on a cat character is a stylistic choice. Seriously, when I said that he was trying to sexualize a cat's nipples, like, I was not joking. He is straight up trying to say that because Foxy drew cat nipples on a cat character, that it's supposed to be a sexual drawing. But no, Foxy's the weird one here, not this kid trying to sexualize every single thing he sees in this drawing. What's next? Fur, eyes, hands. Oh, people have foot fetishes, but the character's feet is right there. Oh my gosh, how dare you, you disgusting zoophile. God, I'm just making fun of this part at this point. Oh my god, this is great. This is what I love to do on my free time.
But then that one story, Foxy said that they had a thing with their two female characters with the tummy dots. I got a drawing, and the text said, "Oh my god, stomach nipple gang." Like, you know damn well they aren't. Just a stylistic choice. If you're gonna.
So basically, you made a character look pregnant, which means you're a zoophile. What? Maybe the cat is pregnant. Maybe they just like drawing the stomach nipples. Literally, what is wrong with you? Why are you sexualizing pregnancy? It's literally just a part of, animals' life cycle. Animals get pregnant. Maybe the cat is pregnant. Maybe the real cat is pregnant. Oh my god, this kid, I swear.
Gonna see that. Oh yeah, that one time when Foxy made their child character or minor character an adult, just to make an SFW of them.
The screenshot you showed is them aging up their characters so they can play Smash or Pass with them. There is literally no NSFW art shown, and if there was NSFW art drawn of this aged up character, you need to show that. Now, them playing Smash or Pass or drawing NSFW or whatever with an aged up character and them aging them up specifically to do that, that's definitely weird, and I think that is something that they should be criticized for. But we need to know when this happened. Did this happen last month, last year, 3 days ago? We don't know. If this happened a long time ago, then they could have changed from that. If it happened recently, then I'd understand. But if this was something that happened a long time ago, they've probably changed from doing that kind of thing. And and we don't know, and we'd have to ask them, which of course you're not gonna do. You're just gonna take things that could be from a bajillion years ago and say, oh yeah, they did this and that's bad.
Which is pretty fucking weird if you ask me. I mean, you wanted to draw an SFW of that character so bad that you made them an adult just for that. Like, what the hell's wrong with you, bro? Going back to when I said that, Foxi Boxi's target audience is mainly kids because of the furries, animals, and then that little shit advertised their NSFW account on an account that was full of the kid fans.
Yes, because they can choose their fan base. Their content is not for kids. There is nothing about their content that screams, yeah, I'm for kids. Just because you see furries as an exclusively kid-friendly thing does not mean that it's for kids. Furries aren't a kid-friendly genre. It can be, but furries are fucking known for their porn. What are you talking about? When a lot of people think of furries, they think of, haha, furry porn. Furries are not exclusively for kids, nor is all furry content targeted towards kids. And just because this person has kids in their fan base does not mean they can't advertise an 18+ account on that YouTube channel. They cannot control their fan base. Their content is not at all marketed towards children. And you're a fucking idiot. You can see I'm pretty pissed at this because this whole, you can choose your fan base bullshit is so annoying. you cannot choose your fan base. They cannot control who is watching their content.
Saying that, hey guys, look, I have an NSFW account, come look, please. Why would you do that? They're kids.
Think of the children.
Why would you do that? It's like you're asking to be cancelled. Honestly, what the hell? Anyway, I think it's about time that I end this video. I've stated my opinions.
You did not state your opinions. You sexualized their non-sexual art, called them a groomer, called them a pedophile, and called them a zoophile. Those aren't your opinions. Those are you stating what you're trying to portray as facts. And that can be considered slander. Like, that's, you know that saying false things about people, especially in a legal sense, like grooming, you do know that that's not legal, right? You can't just say, yeah, this person's a groomer, with no or stupid evidence. That can be considered slander. These weren't your opinions. This was fucking slander. Okay, so there's a section of this video that's basically just them saying bye-bye, but then there's a section after that I'm gonna be looking at. So I want you guys to keep in mind that I am skipping a part, but it's a part that's unrelated to any of this.
Foxy is also known for victimizing themselves. You know, there were a bunch of events where Foxy was talking about how they were under pressure from the bullying and harassment, and it seemed like they were trying to victimize themselves.
So, they were being bullied and harassed, and you say that, but they were also victimizing themselves because they were under pressure because of the bullying. When they were a victim of bullying, which is something you literally just said, that they were bullied and harassed, but apparently they're victimizing themselves, even though they'd be considered a victim of bullying. Oh my god, I'm gonna, like, oh my god, this is so stupid. Why am I talking about this video?
And, you know, you shouldn't do that when you know damn well what you're doing is wrong.
You shouldn't be under pressure and, you know, voice discomfort for being under pressure because you're stinky and bad. Okay. Go off, I guess.
You know, it doesn't make sense. You were grooming people.
There was literally no grooming in any of the evidence shown.
Being a zoophile.
Which most of your evidence showing that they're a zoophile has been pretty fucking terrible, other than the whole dog dildo thing. That's literally the only thing that proves that they're a zoophile.
Being a pedophile.
It is literally not pedophilic for a 16-year-old to be attracted to a 13-year-old. That is not pedophilic in any way, shape, or form.
Sending porn to minors.
Foxy was also a minor at the time.
That is not okay. You can't just randomly victimize yourself because you feel like you're the freaking protagonist or something.
I mean, it's kind of hard to not feel like a protagonist when you're, like, the main topic in, like, everyone's new animation meme drama videos.
Like, you aren't perfect.
Which they agree with and stated in their apology.
It's honestly just ridiculous how fucking stupid Foxy is.
You literally sexualized pregnancy and then used that as a way to state that Foxy was a zoophile. I do not think that Foxy is the dumb one here.
I know I was making fun of Foxi Boxi a lot in this video, but, you know, it's just because I really, really don't like that person. Because, you know, they're a pedophile, zoophile.
Shut up.
I don't like those kind of people, which should be pretty obvious. But, you know, just saying, in case someone gets triggered that I'm so rude or something, and arrogant or something.
I'm less quote-unquote triggered that you're rude, and I'm more triggered about the fact that you're literally calling somebody a groomer with shitty evidence.
Oh, and if Foxi Boxi somehow sees this video, I hope you understand that I'm just pointing out my perspective of what happened.
You cannot use that as an excuse. You cannot accuse somebody of being a pedophile and then say, oh, it's just my perspective. That's not how that works. That is a very serious accusation, and you can't just be throwing that around wherever you personally see fit without any kind of substantial evidence. That is not how that works. You cannot call someone a pedophile unless you have very, like, actual good evidence of somebody having pedophilic tendencies, which you don't have.
And your actions were pretty damn zoophilic and pedophilic.
Zoophilic? Yeah, the bad dragon dildo was kind of pretty straightforward. You know, if you buy a dildo over dog's genitals, that is zoophilic, whether you like it or not. Pedophilic? Fuck no. Like, the closest to pedophilic is them aging up a character to play Smash or Pass with them, and that is not pedophilic, because first of all, we don't even know the age of the character before they were aged up. Second of all, technically, I know this sucks to hear, but aging up a character to draw porn of them or do something sexual with them is not pedophilic. Is it weird? Yeah. Would I ever condone it? No, it's gross, but it's not pedophilic by definition.
And you were accused of grooming, and you seem to know damn well that you were grooming someone.
Yeah, I think that it wasn't actually them admitting it in the apology. I think it was more of a really, really shitty wording. And one of my reasons for thinking that is because no actual groomer would admit they're grooming with that stupid ass evidence. If they actually groomed somebody, they would be able to easily take down that shitty evidence. Even if there was real evidence that actually existed that would condemn them, the ones that were shown could easily be disproved to the point where I disproved them. Those could be disproved by them. And if they were actually a groomer trying to hide the fact that they were a groomer, they would do that instead of admitting to being a groomer this early with such shitty evidence. In conclusion, literally the only thing they were guilty of from what I can tell from this video was the dog dildo thing. Everything else is just petty or wrong. Like the grooming thing, no grooming was there. By definition, it's not grooming. It's not pedophilia either, even if it wasn't grooming. Oh, it's pedophilia. It's not. 16-year-old and 13-year-old is not pedophilia. At most, it's slightly iffy, but it's not like, it's nothing like pedophilic or like terrible. But I do want to make note that some people in my Discord server kind of showed that the reason why they personally thought it was weird, is because there's somebody in my server that's British, and the legal age of consent in where they live is 16, so they kind of see person of legal age, person of not legal age, and it's weird to them, which is definitely something that is valid. I think that if you personally think it's weird, that's fine. I don't. Maybe it's because I'm American, but legal age here is 18, for consent, that is, you gotta be 21 to drink alcohol, but yeah, if you personally think that the age gap is weird, I think that is completely valid. Does that mean we should call somebody a groomer or a pedophile for it? No. If you personally think it's weird, just stop supporting them. It's because it's not pedophilic, and at worst, it's, a little bit, and, people finding it uncomfortable because of their age of consent laws and where they live does not change the fact that it isn't pedophilic. But, yeah, I will see you guys another time, when I'll see you guys right after this so you can watch part 2. Goodbye. I hope you have a good day.